everyone, and welcome. I'm Jessica Mensch with the City of Glendale's communications team, and I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate the grand opening of this brand new section of Heroes Regional Park. It's hard to believe that we were standing here just about a year ago, and this area was just a dirt lot, and look at this transformation. We have some special guests joining us today here who we would like to recognize. Mayor Jerry Weyers, you can applaud. Vice Mayor, Councilmember Leandro Baldonegro of the Ocotillo District, Councilmember Ray Malner of the Saguaro District, Councilmember Diana Guzman of the Yucca District, City Manager Kevin Phelps, our partners with Dig Studio and Wilming Construction, Parks and Recreation Commissioners Linda Pacheco Martinez, Marie Nessfield, and Gilbert Longoria, and former City Council member Joyce Clark. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope everyone takes the time to enjoy the awesome amenities scattered throughout this 81-acre park today. But first, let's get things started with our first speaker, City Manager Kevin Phelps.
Well, good morning, and thank you for all turning out on what's really a special day for the City of Glendale. I kind of have just two basic thoughts that I want to focus on. First, I'm currently in my 10th year as city manager here in Glendale, and when I first got to Glendale, I did a tour of all of the districts with the council members, and when I was brought to Heroes Park, there was kind of this mixed reaction of, boy, what a great asset to have all this space, but then it was kind of underwhelming in terms of the programming component of it. And during the past 9+ years, we've added on the lake, we've added on an archery range, we added on the library, which we're getting ready to expand, and then we've got the athletic fields. And so it's been great to see this finally be utilized for our community, because there were promises made over a long period of time that this was going to be really a focal point for our system. And so it's neat to see for me to see the transition and the growth out here in what's one of our fastest growing parts of our city. The second thought I want to focus on is that recently the City of Glendale was recognized for being one of the healthiest large employers in the state of Arizona by the Phoenix Business Journal. And this includes both private sector and governmental sectors. We have put a tremendous amount of focus on our wellness for our employees, but wellness also extends to our community. And so what I love about what we're doing here is that we now have athletic fields that help promote the notion of being active and treating yourself well through that activity. And so wellness is big for us as a city, and it's also big for our community. And I'm really looking forward to the future of of all the kids and families that'll be out here exercising, having a good time. So thank you for turning out, and I'll turn it back over. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Next up, please welcome our Parks and Recreation Director, John Kennedy.
Thank you, Jessica. Good morning. What a beautiful day to open up a park. Huh? All right. It brings me great joy to open up the newest phase of Glendale's Heroes Regional Park. Our Parks and Recreation Department is dedicated to providing beautiful spaces, green spaces and parks around the city to help enrich the lives of residents and visitors and the wellness of the community. This latest phase of development in the park is an example of that by offering a variety of fun activities and programs in convenient locations. You've got the athletic fields, the pickleball courts. We've also built out the dog park area. There's an incredible play feature right here behind me. We have a new mini pitch. Just such great amenities. There's really something for everybody here in this park. And this is on top of the amenities that were already here. The X-Court for the bikers and the skaters, the urban fishing lake that opened up recently, a splash pad, archery range, basketball courts. So this is a place that you could bring the entire family and spend all day and not get bored with doing any one thing over and over again. There are several ramadas. And again, this creative, innovative, and inclusive play space is something totally brand new to the City of Glendale. And I think the users of it are going to be blown away and just have a great time enjoying the space. I want to give a special shout out to some very important people. We have our Assistant City Manager, Vicky Rios, who was very supportive in the project, but especially some team members that brought this project to this point. From the engineering department, we had James Hanish, the CIP project manager. The city architect in the engineering department, Eddie Garcia. They had great vision and kept the project moving forward on time and on budget. Within our Parks and Recreation department, Heidi Barriga, our deputy director, and Fred Sanchez, the Parks and Rec department CIP project manager. They both led this project with great attention to the details and great communication on the project. With that, I'd also like to recognize we have officials here from the town of Wickenburg. They're getting ready to plan a regional park of their own, so we appreciate them coming down and seeing what we were able to unveil here for you today. So thank you to our entire Parks and Recreation Department staff, all the other city departments that helped make these enhancements possible, our Mayor Wires, the City Council, and we had great partners in Wilming Construction and Dig Studio. So thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you, John. Up next, we have our city's Director of Engineering, Dawn Bessler.
Thank you, Jessica. It's a pleasure to be here. Joyce, Councilmember Guzman, all of the people that you know in this audience that were there with you, and Mayor Wires 20-some years ago. Your dream has become what I would characterize as a magnificent expression of community will. It is amazing the level of detail that has gone into this park. In my career, previous to being a pretend engineer, I was actually a Parks and Recreation director for many years. So I have a fair amount of experience building new parks and renovating parks. And I will tell you, you're always looking for a timeless design, something that will endure the test of time. And it always comes down to simple but elegant. The beauty is always in the details. And as you look around today and in future days, you will see the beauty in the details of this park. You see trees that were brought in here. I believe it was over 800 trees, and they're not all infants. There's some adolescents and there's some teenagers and young adults in here, which is an amazing thing. And when you go out and spend $20 million, you need to make a commitment to the living infrastructure as well. Those are the kinds of things that really matter when you do a project right. Instead of just chain link fence, you see an extruded wire fence. Again, putting time in to make sure that we do this right, that it's timeless, and that it surpasses the test of generational interest. This park will be standing here for years. People will take care of it. Visitors from Wickenburg or wherever will come and enjoy it. This will be bragging rights for Glendale for many, many, many years, and all of our mayor and all of our council members will have the opportunity to use it for bragging rights. I do want to thank the team that made this all happen. It certainly wasn't me. James Hanish from engineering is one of our CIP project managers. He's supported by Tom Kazmarowski. David Beard's our city engineer. Our city architect is Eddie Garcia. He's around here somewhere. He's a Paul Sorvino lookalike a little bit, but better looking. And much more talented. But Eddie, he's over there. Love Eddie. So again, we started, as Jessica mentioned, about a year ago, this thing started flying, but it really took the 25 years before that, and then finding the good partners in DIG, our designer, and Wilming, our construction partner. The city manager is always talking about making sure we pick our partners well, and we couldn't have done a better job picking our partners. And I'll just finish with this. As parks are amazing because they do all the things we know. They stabilize property values. They create a level playing field for all walks of life to be at the same place socially at a given moment in time in their day. And that's what this will provide. And I will say this, that there'll be many, many children that use this park over the years. And we have childhood dreams and we have childhood memories. And if those things become confused over time as you think back about your days playing in this park, that's okay, because every kid deserves to be a hero. And why not be a hero at Heroes Park? Thank you.
And as Dawn was saying, none of this would be possible without our partners. So next up, let's welcome David Laughlin with Wilman Construction.
Good morning. Thank you. On behalf of Wilming Construction, we'd like to thank the mayor and council for giving Wilming the opportunity to really deliver this great space. And for us, I think when we stand here today, it's a really proud moment of reflection on the journey that it really took to get us here. You know, this was a really fast-paced design phase and construction phase, and the only way we could stand here today with this outcome, high quality, on budget, on schedule, is to have a great team and a great partnership. And so really that starts with the city. So we really want to acknowledge the leadership from the city management, their vision, all of the funding and the approval process, all of that is, it just goes unseen, right? So Eddie, thank you for your leadership in kind of being that liaison for us between the project and the city management. You made it look easy, but that really set up the project for success. And Heidi, her team, Fred, Sam, so many great players at the city to allow this project to be here at this point. Our design team was outstanding. I feel like we've said that a lot about Dig Studio lately, but Jay, Matt, Jose, we really enjoy working with you guys. Lloyd, Justin, without that partnership mindset and the ability to work together as one team, we wouldn't be here today. In our construction team, I just want to make sure we acknowledge their efforts. They really put their heart into this project, led by Kenny Shepard, Nick Cassell, Jason Wallace, Vabai, Blake, Dustin Rose. A lot of long hours, weekends to get to this point. And so really just want to thank the city for really being that general manager and really assembling the team, really being intentional about partnering Wilming and Dig together. And I think that is a large reason that we're standing here today. And so we hope you enjoy the park as much as we enjoy delivering it. And we'd just like to say thank you once again for the opportunity.
And next up, we'll hear from Jay Hicks with Dig Studio.
Well, good morning. My name is Jay Hicks with Dig Studio. I'm a partner here. I want to recognize two of my staff members that are here today, and they've already been called out by Dave, which is Jose Munoz and Matthew Lake over here, the tall guy. So they're the ones that put really the biggest effort in this from the very beginning all the way to the last rock being installed. I really appreciate their efforts and obviously the team. But I want to pick up a little bit where Don left off on basically on about what a park is. It really is about community. And you think about everything that goes into the park and everything that it does, from the smallest little guys down here where they're learning to play nice together, right, as you go through. Then as they go to the soccer fields and other things, they are now more competitive, right? But there's rules about it. There's a social fabric about it that they learn about that. And then you get into the seniors that play pickleball, and sometimes they kind of forget that sometimes, but it really is about socialization. And then you start looking at the dog parks, and something I learned when I was at Sun City West, they basically said, just remember that when somebody retires, their hobby is their job, and their dogs are their kids. So I hope you'll get a chance to look at the dog park because, I mean, it is stellar, right? But we really do appreciate the opportunity that we've had. The team has been spectacular. It always takes 20 to 25 people just around the design of something like this. People don't ever realize that, but everybody from a different walk of life brings something to it. Heidi always encouraged us, to introduce color. Sam makes sure that, we make sure they have something that they can actually maintain. Fred wants to make sure that we're putting in the right materials. John leads kind of the pack and makes the decision. And I really appreciate, Eddie Garcia and James. They've led from a project management standpoint to really make this park one large park rather than phase. And I think, from that standpoint, the council is really to champion. I think political will these days is something that really should be championed at the council level. So when you have a park like this and have the basically the council step up to the plate and really want to see the entire thing done, that says something about your community. But with that, I just want to thank you very much for the opportunity. We absolutely love working on parks. In fact, my son, one time when he was about 3 or 4 years old, they were asking what his dad does. And it's kind of funny. He goes, he designs playgrounds. And he's like, wow, that's a great way to do it, right? Not a landscape architect, but we design playgrounds. And so thank you so much. And I'll turn it back to Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Now please welcome Councilmember Diana Guzman of the Yucca District.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day to be here. Such a good crowd, too. First, I'd like to thank Mayor Wires and my colleagues on the City Council, as well as Glendale's Parks and Recreation Department, and to all the city departments that helped bring this phase of Heroes Park to fruition. A huge thank you to the residents of the Yucca District and around the city for advocating for outstanding recreational facilities and programs and supporting this important work. Also, a big thank you to former Glendale City Council member Joyce Clark, who represented the Yucca District before me, and for working alongside myself, the community, and the city to advocate for these park improvements. Thank you for being here today, Joyce. She's sitting right here in the front. You know, as a fourth-generation Arizonan, a longtime Glendale resident, a parent and a grandparent, and also a former Glendale Parks and Recreation Advisory Board member, I know how vital parks are to a community's heartbeat and the residents' well-being. With the new amenities, this park will be an attractive place for generations of families to visit and share fun experiences close to home in a beautiful setting. And speaking of generational families, I've got my son, my daughter-in-law, and my 3-year-old granddaughter just waiting to get to the park over here to play. But I'd also like to thank Wellmick and Dig Studios again for building such a beautiful park in record time. Last year, just about a year ago, we stood here and broke ground. It's hard to believe that it was just dirt, and now look at it. It's beautiful. They did an amazing job. I'd also like to see how many Glendale residents are here. If you could raise your hand. All right, good. Well, thank you for coming. It's a beautiful park, and we're going to enjoy it.
Thank you, Council Member. And to wrap up today's event, let's welcome Mayor Jerry Wires to say a few words.
All right, I've been here long enough to be smart enough to sit in the shade when possible, and if it's warm, get off the coat. So if you guys are wearing jackets, take them off. Make yourself comfortable, right? Heroes Park is something that I guess, first of all, nobody's addressed it, and I think it's really important. We understand the reason for the name of Heroes Park, and that's the folks that are standing out here, our law enforcement, our police officers, our fire chief. Where are you at? Over here. It's after heroes. It's the very people that each and every day go to people's who's having really, really bad days to try to make their life better. And that's really what the city tries to do overall. But our heroes, our fire, our police, they have an extra special job each and every day. And they have to represent their city, try to do what's right, and then hopefully help somebody. So if you come to this park, make sure that your kids, your grandkids, all understand the name of Heroes Park and why it's here. At the same time, I throw in one extra hero. I always look at our people who have served this country and who are currently serving this country. People that are willing to protect our opportunity to stand here and have assembly without fear. I mean, that's what it's all about, in my opinion. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I do want to throw a couple ideas, and I can do this now because I'm talking to everybody, not just my council. But a gentleman lives in the house right over here. There's a cul-de-sac. I talked with him about 2 years ago, and he flies radio-controlled airplanes. And he used to fly them in the very northern part of this field over here. And when he knew that we were getting ready to do this park, he had told me that he was really excited and very unhappy at the same time. Excited that they're going to have a beautiful field and they'll quit getting dust every time the wind blows. But he knew that he was going to lose that opportunity to fly his radio-controlled airplanes. So what I'd like the council to do is think seriously about something. Well, let me back up a little bit. Where's the Wickenburg folks? Okay, the one thing that we're really good as cities to do is to see what other cities do good and then take those ideas and try to improve on them, make them better. That's why you guys are here to steal our ideas, right? Yeah. I don't blame you. I would too. I was in Litchfield Park, and they actually a couple times a year have remote control boats in their lake. It's quiet. It brings a lot of people in, and it's just fun. And I really, really would like that we go ahead and figure out a way that we can allow for radio-controlled boats in our lake, because again, we're going to bring people to Glendale. They get to have a good time. And if you've never watched it, it's pretty cool. Every once in a while you see the little gecko lizard going around, but okay, that didn't work. Okay, so now I'm going to read rather than talk. How's that? Again, good morning, everybody. This is a very exciting time to celebrate the completion, not the completion, but almost the completion of Heroes Regional Park. We still have a couple more things that we want to get done, but this is huge right now. The new amenities were added to 30 acres, and this is an 81-acre park in all. That means almost half the park has been upgraded by this incredible team that you've been listening to this morning. Heroes Park is home for our city's first synthetic turf field and 2 natural grass fields, all of which are lit. Residents will be pleased to know that we have added more green space to accommodate both residents and our visitors. And then the newest thing that's out right now, and I hope it sticks around a long time, I hope it's, excuse me, I hope it's not just a fad, but pickleball. Pickleball has grown in popularity across the nation towards now competition you can watch on TV. Just kind of blows my mind. We're proud to announce that Heroes Park is now home to 8 brand new pickleball courts, and other amenities include the lighted mini pitch and creative adventurous play space that you see right behind me. We maybe should put a bigger version for adults in there, but we'll think about that later. These incredible additions would not be possible without years of hard work, extensive planning by the council and by our city staff. I hope that you all get out, enjoy this beautiful park, get your family, have a picnic here. Side note, for your furry friends, they're going to feel right at home because we now have a dog park that's officially opened. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Joyce. Joyce lives basically across the street. Miss Guzman lives right over here. I live just down the street. There's been a lot of attention on this park because a lot of people have lived in this area. But Joyce has been that person that has battled and battled and battled and battled, drove most of you halfway nuts. But you know what? Her heart's in the right place, and it always has been. She served to serve. That was her whole purpose. So if she drove you nuts and we got what she wanted, then everybody's happy, right? Joyce, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's all I have, folks. Let's get out of the heat.
All right, now it's time to make it official. We'd like to invite all of our speakers up, as well as our city officials, to officially cut the ribbon on this new section of Heroes Regional Park.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.